Hello. There we go, we've got audio, finally. Hello everybody, sorry about that. Hopefully you can actually hear my voice now. If anybody's on the Discord, like, just tag me to let me know that the audio is actually working. Oh yeah, it is. Awesome. So, welcome to round 2 of the Olympus Racing League. Sorry that obviously I disappeared for a bit, just due to personal stuff. Yeah, so Hockenheimring today with what looks to be 16 drivers this time. Hopefully we don't lose anybody to disconnects and other reasons. We have a couple new drivers with us today, I believe. Ollie, for starters, as we see the Mercedes drivers together in tandem. Lovely view of that. The mint green, white and black of Mercedes. Ollie Badger, probably favourite to take the win today if he can do it right. So coming across the timeline now, straight to the top of the timing sheet. Eric, hopefully today himself and Ollie will not drop out. Had an issue with the disconnect last time round. Jack Cookie, I do not remember seeing him, however he may have been here last race. So the current standings are Skyzer, who is currently leading this championship after a great race at Oschersleben, as we go to the second round in Germany. So yeah, let's say Skyzer currently leads this championship. I can't remember the exact standings, I'm going to have to pull them up a second. Right. So, standings after the first race. Not Skyzer, sorry, the other car of Nero, who is currently in the pits, currently leads the championship, followed by the leader of the Acura team, who doesn't seem to be here today, Mr. Multitool, which is a very interesting attempt to try and keep in the championship, followed by EJ in the Lamborghini, with his teammate Dr. Kraken just behind him. So current points are 25, 18, 15, 12 as we went down. Then it is the first Audi of Hernandez, who has got 10 points to his name after a disappointing round for him, I believe, at Oschersleben. Then we have two Ferraris of, I'm not sure if Rod Valentine is here today, or I can just not see him. Ray 247 is here. Then we have Bruno Ellis in the Acura, who also doesn't look like he's here today, which is a big shame considering Acura are currently trying to win the championship on both the drivers and constructors. So that is a shame that the two leading Acuras aren't here today, if somebody goes off wide. Then we have first of the, well, once Independence, Gandhi, I believe, in his nice purple Renault RS01. He has a teammate now who won't be here today, I believe. Then we have Rocky in the Olympus Racing Porsche, who rounds out the top 10, I believe. No, Fatal does run out the top 10 with the Audi. It's also in the pits. So, with 17 drivers today, we're expecting some very close battles, especially at the front of the pack, as it currently in practice, the top 3 are split by less than a tenth. There's a Lamborghini and 2 Porsches fighting for that position at the towards the end of practice now. That is Skyzer, who's now following Eric through. It is. So this track should promote some close racing as the GP layout that we used for Formula 1 last season, and I believe the weather is dry unlike last season's German Grand Prix. However, I hope it's no less action. So with just over 15 minutes left, Ollie is leading the way as he approaches the back mark, well, potential back marker of the Mercedes. Yes, it is. It's Heck. I love Heck, but he's got to find some pace from somewhere this season. So Team Olympus and Team Iberico there, just fighting for position here. Ollie wants that track position from the Mercedes. They go looks side by side into turn 1. Ollie just swoops past him inside. Lovely clean as Eric. Ooh, very sketchy in the background. Almost going into a wall. And the McLaren just peers into view. So Nero currently with his teammate. Closing up very nicely on his teammate. It does not look like there's going to be a strong race for the McLaren team today. Legends orange and red steam. There's a hint of blue everywhere due to their League of Legends sponsors. There's a opponent punted. So McLaren seems very evenly matched on pace coming into the hairpin. Heck, I believe, has run wide. So, currently standing with 13:30 left to go. Ollie leading the way in his Porsche. Very strong race for him today, I believe. Followed by Dr. Kraken in his Lamborghini, Eric in the Porsche, second Lamborghini of EJ. So it could be a four-way fight for the victory today. Hernandez in the Audi, currently leading the Audi pack. Ray in the Ferrari doing very well. The second Ferrari of Zeph. Mercedes of Lolly, King in his Lamborghini, Jack, I believe, in his Ferrari, Gandhi in the Renault, Rocky, the third Porsche today, Red in the, I believe, second Audi, Crazy, currently the only Acura with the time, as I've just seen multi-tool has appeared in the lobby now. Skyzer here with his lovely McLaren. Bit of point damage there. Fatal in the third Audi. Heck in Mercedes. Multi-tool is accurate. And Nero around now. So McLaren has second. Currently stuck in a bit of traffic here corners stadium section onto the right straight now, double right hander that leads you into the start finish straight. Very clean through there. Bit of a squirrely car going through the last turn, coming up to the timing line now. Still not a valid time. Seems to be that Nero is not having fun here. So with the real racing approaching soon, I believe everybody just excited that I'm pretty sure the rest of the guys in the league will be to see the return of motorsport as a whole in the European area. Myself, helping the Euro Series as we attempt to get our cars ready for August. I recommend, honestly, if you ever want something interesting to watch, to start watching the lower racing, like the lower tiers of racing, such as the British Touring Cars and the Cincinnati Series, the London Cycling, that's an incredible series. I recommend watching it. So as we come up to last 10 minutes, just under the last 10 minutes now, Nero's still finding impossible to final lap times. Heck is now 7 seconds off the leaders, which is unfortunate for him. It looks like he could be another long race for him today. It's Gandhi in the Renault, who's currently just topped the timing sheet now. That Renault, incredibly good car. Brakes hard to the hairpin now. Doesn't stand out too much, but it's a very sportsable car. And here we have Multitool, who is currently second in the championship, sat all the way down in 9th. But it's nowhere near as bad as the leader, who's currently last place out of 19 drivers. So it could be a very long race for McLaren and Nero. Looks like the Renault could be taking the fight to the Porsches and the Lamborghinis here, as it is. Gandhi, Ollie, Cracker, Eric and Hernandez, as EJ seems to have dropped off the pace a lot, as somebody else, Nero, finally sets his time and shows why he won the first race at the highest lap time so far with 1:39.5. Heck has now left the session, possibly miss out at the end of it. admit, I love the vast differences in the cars. You have some very wide boys, such as the Lamborghini and the Audis, and then you've got the Renault RS, which is completely different to them. And then you look a bit further back and you look at something like the Porsche, which is a proven race car, that is completely different. You have sports cars and supercars alike fighting in the same category. This guy seems to be struggling to get to grips with his McLaren here. A lot of damage as he's holding up one of the Olympus racing cars. This guy goes off very hard. That looks like the end of the session for him. So Lolly Gaming, the newcomer to the race today, as I believe a lot of the others have already been here today, and will be looking to improve on their positions. There's a lot of them disconnected last race out. Each week we seem to have more and more drivers competing for these top spots now. As I believe this is a home race for a couple of drivers here, Nero especially. This is his second home race in a row in Germany. And also Multi-Tool, so both Multi-Tool and Nero, second race in a row, they're at home in their home country. The only two Germans, I believe, in the series, as it stands anyway. So each week we seem to have new drivers that are looking at this race and wanting to be a part of it. If you're also wanting to be a part of it, we do have a Discord. The Olympus Racing Discord. I'm not sure if anybody's plugged that at all in the channel, but it will definitely be in the comment section of this video, or the description of this video, stream, whatever you want to call it, at the end of it. As we come to the final 5 minutes now, Ollie, who was set to be favourite to do this race in my opinion, 4th place. It's very interesting. As he comes up to the timing line now, can he improve at all? No, he cannot. It's just showing that everybody's finding more and more time as the track warms and the tyres are not scrubbed in. 18 drivers so far in the practice. Hopefully we will keep this for the race. Make the batting a lot more intense. So rules for this race series are: blue flags are to be respected, and if you are caught under blue flags and not letting somebody go by, then you are penalised for it. Crashes, intentional or otherwise, will be determined by myself and the organisers. So we will determine as to whether it is an intentional crash or not. And as a couple of the organisers race, I would probably put forward that, as the broadcaster, I should probably look into these collisions more. But like I said, that's not my choice. This is the choice of the organisers. So 19 drivers here now. Skies and Heck have lost their times due to disconnects. Nero looking almost untouchable in this race. As we come to the end of it now. Approach the end of the session now. We've got a McLaren on top as Ollie finally sets a quicker lap and goes second, with Gandhi, the original leader, and I think we restarted, has dropped down to 4th. the times at the top, currently looking at the top 7 and the second of each other. This is before we even start the qualifying, which should shake things up, as I know a few people run hard during practice to sandbag. We've got 2 different cars, same cars with different lights, which is incredible to look at. As Hernandez goes past his teammate. The 2 Acuras there, in unison, coming into the hairpin by the looks of it. It is Bruno and Crazy. Bruno. Got to try and find him here. It's very hard to find people though. Oh no, it isn't. It's multi-tool. Bruno is in the pits. Rinaldi stopped on track. Multi-tool will probably look for his race pace to be a lot quicker than his practice pace, because it looks like he's sandbagging as well with a heavier fuel load. As his teammate goes off, slides across the grass. Is he going to lose it? He's lost it, spun, but luckily he collects the ball for his teammate. The red ones do go faster, as Hernandez has set the fastest time now. So the blue ones are going quicker. Red ones may go faster, but they're nowhere near as fast as the blue. And the purple. So 40 seconds left. Looking like Hernandez has got the top time, unless somebody can pull something out of the bag now. This should be incredible to watch, and hopefully we have a very tight race again at the front, provided the drivers stay clean into the first corner. 20 drivers now as we approach the last 10 seconds, so everybody will be coming across the line now. It's a shame I can't just stay at the time line and watch the ball come by. Somebody's off there, so we'll watch the 4th place drive. I don't know who that was doing donuts, but Rocky, I believe. It was Eric. It's Eric doing donuts, which is very dangerous considering we've got active track. Eric, if you can hear me, you better stop that now. I don't know what he's up to as he crashes into a wall. Donkey. Gandhi coming through sector 2, I believe. Oh, he loses it into the wall. That's the end of the practice session for the Renault. EJ brings it through the stadium section, I believe we are in. Yes, we are. This comes up to the Mercedes grandstand now. Drag strip to the right, to the left, then I say. As he goes into the gravel and just, oh, such a shame. It was a good lap up until that point as he stops on track. Lolly is still on a time, King still on a time. 2 drivers left to complete their laps. King comes up to the line now. Is it a good lap? We're going to find out any second now. He crosses the line. No improvement as far as I could see. Oh, so I missed the timing. However, we're straight to qualifying now. 20 drivers in qualifying. It's going to be a rush for track positions. Both McLarens come out really quick, followed by the Acura. Geyser is the first on track, followed by Multi-Tool. I believe Nero shouldn't be too far out. So we see people slowly filter on. It's all about track position here. You probably want a clean air lap rather than too stuck in traffic. Because whilst that slipstream is great, you don't want to be battling somebody. As we lose a driver, I believe it's Fatal who we've just lost due to his name popping up on my screen. as we come up to the first hairpin for the first time. No, it doesn't really matter about this lap, I believe. People will just try and find a good track position in front or behind someone quicker, and they will just hope that the guy in front does not make a mistake. So it'll be interesting to see who's quicker out of the two leaders at the moment, Multi-Tool, Nero, and I believe Ollie is a favourite once he's on his qualifying lap to perform well. As we have 5 drivers left in the pit lane, 19 drives in total. Go on cockpit cam with Ollie here. So as he brakes hard into this right hand, it doesn't shift. Or we're just seeing lag. I think we're just witnessing lag. As he tries to bring it round the left-hander there, into the smaller left-right section here, onto the drag strip again. Mercedes grandstand just there. Comes round the right-hander. You just see the giant bottle of Ravenol at the top, which is very interesting to see. As he starts his first flying lap here, hard on the brakes, down to 4th, maybe 3rd even. Note, big slide, nicely corrected. And you come up to the next first of the heavy braking zones into a sharp right-hander. Does he take it? He takes a very early apex, then a bit wide, immediately grabbing it and chucking it left. Coming up to what I believe is an Audi back in front of him. All the way through the gears here, up to 6th gear. Perhaps not. Oh, there we go, there's 6th gear. The heaviest braking zone on the circuit, about 100, just before the 100 board. Heavy on the brakes, looking to find a way past this Audi. So a flat right-hander for me, personally. Whether he lifts, we're about to find out. He does lift slightly as the Audi loses it. Does not collect him, luckily. So he goes hard left now. So the first 2 times have come up at the 142 with Multi-Tool. Skies are race setting a 140.8, sorry. There's more and more times now slowly appear on the board. And following on board with Ollie, who should set a very quick lap. Final sector now towards the Mercedes grandstand and the drag strip. 139 by Hernandez, first in the below the 140 mark. Ollie comes up to the timing line. He's going to set a 140.7. So it's currently the Audi of Hernandez who is leading the way, as he fights what I believe is Ollie actually as well. No, it isn't. It is perhaps Eric. No, it is Rocky. There we go. And he has been passed by Hernandez now. So Rocky sitting at 143. It's not a very quick time, but I'm sure he'll improve as the track warms up a bit. Runs it a bit too deep. Almost collects the Ferrari there. Renault of Gandhi looking for a way past now around the Ferrari. He knows he's quicker and he knows he wants that position. Right then, so as we slowly see the lap board fill up the times, here comes there's a few people who haven't set their times yet. 5 people, in fact. Is it 6? 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 6 times that haven't been set apparently. Doesn't make sense, but okay. Fernandez still tops the timing sheet with just under a 140. There we go, the first of almost the 138s there. With Ollie sets a quicker time, but it's not quick enough to be on pole yet. There's plenty of time for him to set that time though. It's now Nero in the McLaren who is leading the way again. Hernandez in the Audi and Ollie in the Porsche. So currently we've got the top 4 drivers all in different vehicles. As Ollie looks like he's slowing down. With Ferrari just going by now with the McLaren of Nero, I believe, because he likes his headlights. So again, another 5 drivers to set their times. There's Fatal, Heck, Red, Lolly and Jack have not set a time yet. Jack is approaching the timeline now, I believe. As was Lolly, but he has not set a time. Fatal's had a few issues in the hairpin. Heck finally sets a time, but it's very slow, unfortunately for him. Ollie coming around the turn very slowly. Whether he's not planning on doing a lap, I'm not sure. So 4 drivers left to set a time as we come to almost just over halfway through the session. So as we approach now 6 minutes 30, we have 3 more drivers yet to set a time as Fatal finally sets his time. Ollie still hasn't improved, but Nero has. Look away for 1 second and Nero's gone into the 138s. So here we go, as we approach the last 5 minutes now. Ollie pushing really hard to find that time. 3 more drivers still yet to set their time as EJ constantly on my race feed has set track limits. But he has got a time at 6th place to 140.2. Myself, I was about that time as well, so we've been sat somewhere around that area. So as we go towards the end of the time sheets now, is finally Ollie sets his time of 1:39.5. 2 more drivers yet, so we've lost another driver as it looks to be Jack. It is Jack that we've lost. Heck sets, Rocky has set his time. So we've got, no, Red, sorry, that's the one we were looking for. Red has set his time. It's Lolly, the only driver not to set a time so far. So I'm going to take a quick break. I will leave the stream up, but I will currently go for a break, so I'm back in time for the race. Nero currently looking like he's going to have this pole position in the bag, sat in the pit lane, so he's only got one more attempt to get a lap time in if he leaves now. I believe he may leave. Oh, as we see what looked like an Audi in the background going off. It's King, who is sped, and he's now got a penalty, grid place penalty. That is a shame. Okay then, I will take my break, and I will be back before the start of the race, because this is set to be an incredible race, as we've got 19 drivers here. Yeah. Well, I will see you guys in 3 minutes. So, sorry I was a bit later. Qualifying is over. Nero does take that all-important pole position, unless Hernandez can snatch it from him now. You see a couple of the drivers in the background there, completing their final laps here. The Audi flies through into the stadium section here, past the famous corner where they're locked up and lost the race. Into the left, into the chicane before the drag strip in the Mercedes grandstands. It's very wide, very narrow. Runs it a bit further out, comes up to the timing line now. Is it going to be enough to overtake Nero? No, it is not. That is such a shame. As everybody slowly but surely filters out and finishes their laps here. So it looks to be that Nero in the McLaren is going to take pole position again here today. Multi-Tool, unfortunately, not finding the time he wanted. Sat all the way back in 7th. As he comes up to the timing line now, can he improve? He doesn't improve. It's very unfortunate. EJ goes off into the wall. So here we go. 19 drivers as we lose. What? I don't know who we just lost. I don't know if the timing sheet will tell us either. As one person has dropped out. 32 laps of this race. We're looking at about just under a 45-minute race here, I believe. As we look down the grid, a massive amount of cars there. Some red, some blue, some grey, a little bit of mint green at the back if you look really closely. So we wait for everybody to ready up here. We're going to be following on board with Ollie. How close can we get? The back of the grid there. Jack, who did not set a time in qualifying. So we go from Jack to Nero. So timing sheet says Nero, Hernandez, Ollie, Gandhi, EJ, Eric, Multi-Tool, Ray, Zeph, Skyzer, Lolly, the new guy, Crazy, Red Devil Boy, Bruno Ellis, King, Rocky, Fatal, Heck, and Jack rounding out the grid. We lost one driver. Not sure who it was, but it's unfortunate for them. As we wait for everybody to ready up now. Rule is, if you do not ready up in time, it is not our fault, and you've got to just live with the sacrifice of not completing the race, or even starting the race for that matter. Let's see how many of them actually do ready up. We've got 19 drivers on the grid, on the form-up. Whether we have 19 drivers in the race, and stay with 19 drivers throughout the race, is yet to be seen. But one thing's for sure, we should have some very close racing between the front three. As Ollie looks to come back off. Here we go. We lost nobody on the grid formation as we sync up now. We are trackside. Lights on and away we go. Everybody gets away fairly cleanly as we come into the first corner here. Nobody collides just yet as Skies goes very deep. Oh, we have a collision between two cars there. Crazy and... Unfortunately, Crazy and Zeph colliding. As Nero seems to have pulled away. Watching just a bit further down the pack now as everybody slowly slots into a formation here. So we've got three minor battles here, three minor scraps. Oh, someone sideways taken. Oh, I don't know who that was, but somehow he has gone off. And that will be the race over for Fatal. As we go into the head for the first time, side by side with Hernandez. Ollie looking for a way past Eric, just not having the grip there as he's going to get, as the Renault has a run on him, slots back into position. Nobody, by the looks of it, has had a collision in the back of there. So we'll follow on board with Nero, follow Nero here, as we come through into sector 3 now. Pour yourself a drink, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a hell of a race. Nero slowly is pulling that gap away. It's really unfortunate for Crazy. No, Crazy is fine. He seems to have possibly spun. Zeph, the car looks okay to Zeph. His two cars will have to pit this lap for repairs, possibly. Follow Nero now, we're going to drop back to Ollie, who's trying to catch the Lamborghini here. He just can't seem to find the pace. Sorry, I'm making a drink then. Right, so here we go as the time slowly stretches out now. We have a possible battle here with Rocky trying to catch the back of Lolly with the Mercedes. Skyzer runs wide, allowing Lolly to slip past. Rocky's going to follow him past the McLaren as well. McLaren just losing places left, right, centre here. Not a great show for, well, very contrasting show here. Almost as if it was back in the days of Alonso and Van Dorn. Nero here just pulling away now. He's comfortable. A very nice gap as Hernandez looks, but he's very late. Gandhi has lost his place to Multitool here. Multitool's jumped up 2 to 3 places. Ellis is in the pits for his repairs. Unfortunately, I don't believe those repairs are going to do much for him in the long run, as he's now lost so much time to the leaders. It's a very unfortunate situation for Bruno, and we will have there will be a whole review of those 2 incidents at the start of the race. Oh no, we get Jax, who lost another driver in the race. I believe it is Zef. No, we have got the Ferrari of Zef still. But we've lost one more driver here. It's Hernandez. It's still the top 3 are the same. Eric has jumped a place. So is Multitool, who's jumped a few. EJ is possibly having an issue. Just promoting him. So Rocky here now is being chased by McLaren Skyzer, looking at 3 cars here, completely different cars. Battling for the top, that's a final point position. Here we go, side by side, coming into turn 1, is it going to do the run? No, Ferrari looks for it, goes from down the inside, great move from Ferrari there. Skyzer looks like he got a better run though, he looks for a way past the Ferrari here. Brakes hard, does make it, but oh, gets clipped on the rear, no, luckily nobody has spun. So as the top 4 slowly fan out here, so we go all the way back to EJ here, who's the closest battle at the front here. And then we've got another 4-second gap, so we've got packs slowly starting to emerge here. Top 8 sort of just pull away from you guys behind. Second split between Multitool, SGC, Kennedy and EJ. Eric also now a second, within the second of Ollie, who's also now within the second of Hernandez. They're all separate but 1 second to go down onto SGC. Multitool just slowly losing touch now with Eric. Eric possibly made a mistake there as he loses a lot of time. So Bruno Ellis unfortunately not finished well in this race, unless something drastic happens. So Nero here just taking his time, knowing he's got this race very comfortable already. And he couldn't ask much more from his second race at home in Germany. This time you see both slightly. Great, we've got a buggy timing sheet, which is not good, not what we want at all. Jump back, oh EJ has taken Gandhi. Renault has lost its position there. So Renault now just trying to fight back. Rocky looks like he may have still hasn't made that position on the Mercedes. Skyzer is now under attack from Crazy. Almost like the session there, we're doing great show with it. Ollie's still trying to catch up to Hernandez, who is just not finding the pace to overtake that mistake at McLaren. Multitool just falling into the clutches of EJ here as EJ just pushes hard. A 3-way fight emerging here, just behind. Skyzer looks like he had a bad exit, which means we're going to have a possible battle coming into the first stadium section. Acura takes a more narrow line. Looks down the inside, doesn't make it. Such a shame, that would have been very cool. We now have 2 battles here going on. All the time these 2 battle, allows the back 5 to catch up slowly. Eric with a penalty for speeding, a 1 second penalty or a track extension. He's in the pits early. Whether it's an issue or otherwise, he is in the pits. Multisoul now jumps to 4th, chasing down Ollie here. Eric drops all the way to 11th. That would be such a shame for him. But this could be his scheduled stop. He comes out now in 13th place. 14th place as Jack just takes him. He will be fighting with Ferrari coming into this next turn. So it currently is Nero, Hernandez, Ollie, Multisoul, EJ, Gandhi, Ray, Lolly, Rocky and Zeph rounding out the top 10. Skyler, Crazy SKD, Eric, Jack, King, Bruno Ellis, Red and Fatal just outside the top 10. They will still get a point for finishing the race, but obviously he wants to be finishing higher to get more points to try and challenge Nero, who's just absolutely dominating so far. EJ has taken Multisoul. While we've not been paying attention, Multisoul has now dropped down to 5th again. Eric trying to chase Acura here. Acura runs wide, Eric looks for the inside, makes it. Next car on Eric's list is the McLaren Skyler. Turn 1 if he looks to exit it, and he does. So the move into turn 1 is on if he can make it. Looks at the inside, looks for the switchback. Everywhere. Follow now, right behind the side. He's going to move down the inside. Can he make it? He does make it stick. There's no fight back from Skies. He's falling in every car at the moment. We've lost Heck, and we have lost another driver who I did see. So it's just a single safety in the rest of that, which is such a shame. Because EJ hasn't pulled away from us until now. So Rocky and Molly still battling it out for that first points, well, multiple point position. So Rocky looks for a way past here. There's always a car off. Who is that? That is Red. Rocky's lost his position there to Zeph. Possibly some sketchy stuff going on there. Eric is now back with his teammate. 6 seconds back. So Eric has had a disastrous swap in his drop. Right with that. Nero just looks to extend his advantage over Hernandez. These two will probably be playing the undercut strategy as soon as they can. Nero, I think, just wants to have that perfect start to finish race with. Ollie is still in the back of the alley, he's not dropped off much. They all fan out again, which is such a shame because one of the close races, but unfortunately just don't seem to get this. What looks to be a Max car is being held outside, which is made a form of clutch to Jack. As looks around the outside, squeezes Jack there. Jack is just trying as hard as he can to get past this McLaren. McLaren is like a bus here, just absolutely everywhere. Ferrari may look for a switchback here. Does Skyler run deep? No, he runs the back line. Ferrari got much quicker line out. As they come into the first stadium section now. It's going to be very tight as to who gets in position here. Oh, that looked like Someone may have spun there, crazy. No, he did not spin. Skies still holds the position from Jack. Very close racing there. As Ray at the multi-tool goes past what looked like the unfortunate stricken Ray there. So Rocky has now been caught by his teammate, Eric, who's right there now, on the back of them. Zach, Lolly and Rocky are all now fighting. This is now the battle for 8th, as Rocky just loses a lot of time there. That's unfortunate for him. So Ray and multi-tool there, just not close enough to make anything happen. Jump back on Skies with Jack, who's still fighting it out here. Looks to be a lapped car in front of them still, so the blue flag will be waiting for that car. Whether it's respected or not. Oh, he's spun. Red has spun again. Jump back on board with Rocky here. He is now closing up to the Mercedes again. All this time that they fight, Eric is gaining speed now. Well, almost 10 laps now. Nero already looking at laps traffic here. Flashes the Lamborghini, but I would say he's still too far as he goes very deep. That Lamborghini is not in the way as he gets right out of the way immediately as what looked like red is probably... No, it wasn't. It was a different car. Hernandez squirrels away. Eric has taken his teammate, I believe. Rocky and Jack have lost time to each other. Well, Jack has lost time to Skies, sorry. So Lolly is the next target for Eric, as we will jump on board with Eric again. Jump on the roof cam here. Will he think about the move into that turn? He does. Does he stick it? The switchback is on for Mercedes. Doesn't find the traction and just can't get past him. So Eric just pulls off into 9th place now. So after lap 10, Nero is in the lead by 4 seconds now as he looks to possibly try and cement a triple, or the perfect race weekend for him, as I believe he topped practice, qualifying, and the race at the moment, provided he does not make a mistake. So look at the map now. Where is the race leader? He is chasing a little lapped car. It is Acura. I don't know who it is. He flashes them again. Is he going to try and make the same move he did on the Lamborghini? Just throw it way too deep into there. He does throw it deep. The Acura tries to stay out of the way. Nothing wrong with the lap traffic there. He's stayed out of the way as best as he can. So look, yeah, there we go. Perfect move there. It's Hernandez and Ollie. Look at the Hernandez and someone else was passing the lap traffic there. Rocky now fighting Jack as he's had a crash. Unfortunately, Rocky has had a crash somewhere. So now he's fallen into the clutch of Jack, who is looking for blood here. Eric has lost time to Lolly, through no fault of his own, hopefully. As Ray, Gandhi has lost some time to the Audi. Yeah, luckily that Audi is a lapped car. So Nero here just dominating the race. Somebody's in the pits, retired, we don't know who. I don't think I can tell. No, we cannot. It's an incredible start for Nero as he's set to win the first two races. Well, he's won the first one obviously, and it looks like he could be set to win the second one, provided he stays out of disasters now. Rocky's had another issue here. It's allowing Crazy to catch up to the back of him here. Has Jack lost it? Jack must have lost it somewhere as he's now fallen off the back of 12th place Rocky. Rocky has definitely damaged his Porsche, and he defends very aggressively. The Acura looks down the inside, he goes for it. Rocky is left out to dry there. The Acura just swoops down the inside, and completely fine racing situation there. Lovely move by Crazy. As Eric's now back on the tail end of that Mercedes, just looking for a way past the Mercedes here. Top three remains unchanged with EJ, Multi-Tool, Ray, SGC, Gandhi, Zeph, Lolly and Eric rounding out top 10. As Eric now looks around the outside of the Mercedes, may look for a move into the hairpin. He's alongside. Not quite sure, he is alongside, he is in front. Will the Mercedes get a switchback at any point? No, it will not, it does not have the momentum. Jack is now chasing the lapped car of what looks to be red. Rocky and Crazy. So with just a lot of laps to go, Nero looks set so far. Hernandez just not fast enough to keep up with him. Ollie and EJ just nowhere near. Ollie still on his podium, but unfortunately not the result he'll want this weekend. It looks like Eric has pulled away from Lolly and Mercedes. King, we haven't focused on King for a bit, so let's see what he's up to. He's following his teammate, Lamborghini teammate Hamlet, I believe. Bruno Ellis, in his unfortunate event, I believe he was collecting in the first instance of the race. There's the person that collecting in chat. Rocky is being attacked by Red in the Audi, which is very risky. Again, he wants to unmap himself, but at the same time, he must abide by the flags. I believe Rocky just goes completely wide and allows him by. Does not look like it's going to be a good race for Rocky here. Nero, Ollie, Hernandez. Great runs from them so far to pull away from their respective competitors and just hold their gaps. So we were at Jack where we left off. Rocky, who seems to be driving the Porsche light on ice skates. Crazy, who unfortunately has not had a good race so far. His car looks fairly clean, so it does not look like there's going to be many incidents. Skyzer and McLaren, who just can't find a nice rhythm with it, I believe. Lolly in his Mercedes, unfortunately not best introduction to the league. Eric in the Porsche, followed by Zef, well, who looks like he's had a crash quite heavily at some point. Whether that's recent or not, we'll find out with his lap time. As Eric just appears on the screen now, so Eric will be on him within a few laps. Gandhi, who just hasn't had the best run so far. Then Ray in the Ferrari. Multitude in the Acura. EJ in the Lamborghini. Ollie in the Porsche. Hernandez in the Audi. In the McLaren. So currently we have McLaren, Audi, Porsche, Lamborghini, Acura, Ferrari, Renault, and then the first duplicate is in 8th place, which means that we have currently constructors are all in the points, I believe, except for the Mercedes is in the points behind 2 duplicate cars, well, a Ferrari of Zef and the Porsche of Eric. So as we approach almost the halfway mark now, some of the front runners will probably inevitably think about their strategy and as to whether they want to pop Cox. As Rocky, the second Porsche to get a penalty. It is a 10-second penalty. That is very unfortunate for Rocky. So unfortunately we have lost 2 drivers due to various reasons. One has retired and one has left the session. Someone just drives off the track to get out of the way of the leader. There are only what looks to be the chap is the first one that is properly lapped down. It's near a couple of timing right now. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars alongside Nero that are in the top in the on the lead lap. So Nero is on fire here as he's got a giant gap to Hernandez and Ollie. So halfway through the race now, 16 more laps. Take a small break here, but I will leave you with, we've got another person crazy with a penalty. It is a 1 second time penalty, so it will not affect the race too much. This is the battle between, oh here we go, we could have a battle here soon, as Ray seems to be catching multi-tool, so we'll jump on board with Ray while I take a quick break. So it looks like Eric has managed to get his way past Zeph and up into 8th place, which means he's in very good stead for a nice position come the first round of pit stops that will be obviously course at lap 18 now. Gandhi just trying to hold off the charging Eric, who dropped to 13th and now is up to 8th. The early pit stop seems to have favoured Eric here. Unfortunately, we can't tell who has pitted or not, I believe. No, we cannot. As Gandhi now pits, giving Eric the track position. Gandhi has got a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Oh, it's a 10-second penalty. It's very unfortunate. He's sped in the pit lane and lost his opportunity at some good points today. As he would possibly drop behind Crazy here with his pit stop. Jump on board with him. Oh, he stops. He's gone. It's going to be tight between him and I believe Skyzer. Skyzer comes out the last corner now. He should be racing here. No, as Gandhi does get out way before Skyzer loses the place to Zaf and Eric, but Eric now right behind Ollie, who's had a mistake or possibly pitted. We weren't paying attention, as Lolly now pits. Also got a penalty for possibly speeding in the pit lane. Yet another penalty for this pit lane speed. We now have 5 to 6 people on penalties here. So everybody is now pitting and just trying to. The whole idea of track limits seems to be a no problem for them, but pit lane speeds. Now they're an issue. It's unfortunate, like I say, unfortunately we haven't got very much close racing here as Ray does try and chase down Multitool here. As Lolly comes out just behind this battle here. It's too Acura Ferrari train. Obviously the Acura in front of Multitool, I believe is Crazy. No, it isn't. It is the other of, if I can find him, Bruno. He'll get out of the way of his teammate fairly quickly here. He does. He also should. Oh, he almost collects his teammate. Holds up the Ferrari a bit, allowing his teammate to obviously pull away. So Ollie has made his stop, I believe, and is now hoping that this undercut strategy give him the time he needs. He'll be able to make up that time on the undercut in order to take Nero. As Nero may try and hold out to the end of the race to make his stop, but will that play into his hands or not? And there's lovely pieces of drive, lovely bit of driving from all the drivers so far. Now got Jack and Crazy in the pit lane. The noise from these engines is absolutely incredible. Nobody's done a better job so far today than Nero, who has led from start to finish so far and has not been challenged in any way. just absolutely dominating this race. 5 seconds, or 6 seconds now, but the nearest competitor, Hernandez in the, I believe, the Audi. EJ in his Lamborghini. Just an incredible effort from these 3 drivers now. Because Ollie and Eric look like they are teammates running together here. Because Eric is still under attack from this Ferrari. Here we go, Lolly versus Crazy here. Crazy is looking behind him as if to think about a move. EJ's in the pits now, so Ray and Ollie will jump positions here. As somebody is in the wall, it's a Ferrari. I can't tell who it is, possibly Jack. It is Jack, unfortunately for him. So Ray is going to take on-track 3rd position so far with Ollie. Maybe missing out from that Lamborghini. So Ollie comes around the final turn now. It's going to be all to play for. No, it's not. Ollie is going to take him before EJ can even leave the pits here. Oh no, he leaves the pits at the same time. It could be a very tight battle as we count. EJ has got the track position against a lapped car and Ollie. So EJ now has the track position. The undercut has worked on behalf of EJ. Oh, the lap traffic does get in the way of the battle. It's a shame because unfortunately Ollie has now lost a load of time to the front car. That lap car does need to get out of the way. Blue flags will be called into question as Ollie has potentially lost his chance at podium here. As Ollie goes off, whether it was an incident or not, I couldn't quite tell. But unfortunately for Ollie, he has lost his position to EJ. And now he's going to be working as hard as he can to gain that position back. Ollie is hunting EJ relentlessly. That Lamborghini is using every bit of its horsepower to stay away from the Porsche. Can Olympus Racing get their first podium this season? As Hernandez seems to be set for a pretty comfortable 2nd place here. Nero just casually driving here. It's like a Sunday drive for him. Nothing's challenged him so far. As Ray is just loving this, every bit of scrap that Ollie and EJ do gives Ray the chance to pull away and potentially take the podium. Such a heavy braking zone at this point, it's very easy to get it wrong and spin. Both of them seem to through it quite nicely. But all this time, Eric's going to slowly gain on them. The Lamborghini with its short nose and massive rear end, quite opposite to Mercedes and longer nose cars. Porsche is about, that's it, same on either side, so Ollie is looking for that position now. He knows that EJ will take his podium if he's not overtaken soon. Lamborghini just seems to have the horsepower of the Porsche on the straights. Through the corners, it seems that Ollie is quicker. Another very nice run. They come up to him a little bit. No, it's not lap traffic, that is the Ferrari of 3rd place. The overtake for 3rd place could be done on track. Bear in mind, VJ does pass Ray, and Ray then decides to hold up Ollie, and then pit. EJ will have that podium. Let's jump on board with the Ferrari here. Follow now the Ferrari. It's been caught dramatically here. It seems to me that EJ and Ollie could be working together slightly here to try and take that last podium before fighting for themselves for that final spot. Still 5/10 in it. The gap slowly increases. That Lamborghini seems to have the pace over the Porsche. Ollie's going to have to pull something special in order to get that position. So 5 drivers with penalties as Rocky, who started quite well in this race, has dropped all the way back to 17th, just behind Fatal in the, I believe, the Audi. So Multiple is chasing Gandhi now as well. He already has that position due to the penalty. As Ray now pits, so EJ is now in officially 3rd. So we now have got the battle for 3rd place in the final podium. Heating up now as we come down to the final 9 laps now. Less than 10 laps to go here. And both of these could not be separated. As Ollie just looks for that way past, as he uses different lines to try and get past this Lamborghini now. A bit further down, we believe we've got Jack and Lolly fighting here. Nope, Jack is too far back. Ollie is still on the back. Eric is hoping that this battle will inevitably give him this place that he wants. As I said, there's not much point focusing on the leader when these two are battling like this. And if Nero watches this back, I'm sorry, but you've been so boring that you've run away with it again. So we're watching this now as we hope that we're going to get a nice scrap right towards the end of this race now. Ollie seems to be just hanging back, waiting for an opportunity or a mistake from EJ to take that last podium place. The Porsche team didn't do too well last time out with their disconnects. So Ollie is trying to make up for that now by giving them their first podium of the season. Regardless, it's so far been a very incredible race, with so many incidents happening, as Lolly and what looks like Bruno Ellis are very close together. So as these two battle it out, we'll jump on board with Bruno, who is now on the back, I believe. Oh, there it is, the Mercedes. Ollie made a mistake and has lost time to that Lamborghini now, as he's got to work very hard to regain that time he's lost. As Ray comes up to his teammate, I believe that's Jack, he just lets him go and doesn't make too much fuss of it. Zeph in the crumpled Ferrari. So both Nero and Hernandez have had relatively trouble-free races here, as Eric seems to have dropped off the back of Ollie now. Just can't seem to find the pace to keep up with these two. As Ollie is losing even more time here, just not having the race he wanted here. Fighting this Lamborghini now. It all went wrong from the pit stop phase when he lost the pit place during the stops, and also got held up by traffic, but no fault of EJ's, and that will not come back on him, so that is still EJ's position. Nero is finally pitted, which means Hernandez is now potentially, if he can do a very quick last sector, going to take the lead, as Nero now comes into his pit box by the looks of it. With Lolly Man straight out there. Stops now. Fuel change, just fuel by the looks of it, as he's now leaves the pit lane. Where is Hernandez? Nowhere near. Nero is going to stay in the lead after a pit stop as well. Incredible job by Nero. He hasn't been touched this race, he has been untouchable. As EJ and Ollie now, as EJ has pulled away from Ollie. So it looks to be that Lamborghini will get a podium today. As I believe they did get a second. They got a podium last time out in Oschersleben. They did indeed, with EJ as well. So this will be his second podium, if he can hold it. Unfortunately, Multi-Tool will be only getting 2 points, which will drop him a bit further down the grid, as Nero will probably get the 25 points here today. So he will stay at the top of 50, will extend his gap massively, as Hernandez will only get his 18, which will make him have 28. So EJ will go second with 30 points, which will still be 20 points less than Nero as it stands. In terms of the team championship, obviously Happy Lambos are still top currently with 27 points, but with Nero getting the 50 points from the first two races, McLaren will stay second. The Undying Dragons team will stay second, as we still haven't seen any points for Team Zootroop in the Aston Martins and Team Bentley, who haven't appeared just yet. We still have 4 teams, I believe, to appear this season and complete a race. The Ginettas, the Bentleys and the Nissan, who actually has switched to Ginetta, so the Nissan team is now out, and the Aston Martin and Bentley teams have not scored points or appeared in any races just yet. As Ollie looks like he's just lost touch with the podium now. It is such a shame for him, as he's 2 seconds back. But this could all still heat up, as EJ could potentially take that place from Hernandez. In the event Hernandez hasn't boxed, he will take on more fuel towards the end. We shall check his fuel levels. No, he won't have to stop anymore. So whether he is stopped or not, I'm not quite sure, but he will finish the race on the right amount of fuel. So it may just be a stop and go for Hernandez. Whether 14 seconds is a big enough gap, we're yet to find out. But one thing is for certain, Nero has done an incredible job so far. I don't want to commentate his cursing, but he has controlled this race throughout. So So here we go as we come through to the final few laps now. Hernandez, I don't know if he has stopped or not. I'm very curious as to whether he has. We'll find out soon enough, but the important thing is he still holds on track second place. Ollie now losing touch with EJ, who will take third place here so far. So, EJ running away now with that podium place. Ollie just couldn't hold on to him. Eric and Zaf here with the timings will stay the same, I believe, because they both only have 1 second, so there'll be no change there. So here we go as we come into the final few laps now. Hernandez, I believe, must have stopped at some point and we haven't paid attention. But Nero, unfaultable performance from Nero. We've got now 7 drivers on penalties. As Ray, I believe, becomes the next victim. As Ollie has caught up to EJ in the traffic. So we may still have a race on yet for that final podium spot, as EJ is being held up by traffic tremendously here. As the Audi in front of him just refuses to let him by here. Finally lets him go. The Audi going to swing back across and possibly block Ollie again. No, it is not. Ollie has got past, but at the cost of possibly a penalty. No slowdown so far, so it is good. He is still okay. On track wise, he's still able to hold on the back of him. So Ollie now losing time again by the looks of it. So he does not, he's still trying as hard as he can to take that last podium spot. The top 10 seems to be fairly confirmed here. The Skies are having a nice sizable gap over Lolly. So we'll stay on board with this battle. But what an incredible fight it's been so far. Nero now comes on to his final lap here. It's completely and utterly his to win. So here we go. As we come up to the final few turns now, as he comes up to the final to the heaven for the final time, he's going to completely run away with it again, which is such a shame. I say such a shame, but he's great. Congratulations to him, obviously. As Hernandez has also run away with his position, and Ollie just can't find the pace to overtake EJ. So we come up to the final sector now, through the small stadium. He's driving incredibly so far this season, and he's on track to take possibly the best season of all, and take every win he can. Nero comes up to the final to the stadium section for the final time now. This long left-hander is banked as well. Does not bottle it like Sebastian Vettel did. Will bottle it at all to take this victory. Absolutely not. So far, absolutely flawless. Ollie has taken EJ. We've dropped away from them, and Ollie has taken that final podium, whether EJ's had a mistake or what. But besides the point, Nero has won the race today. So EJ has now lost that spot to Ollie. As we come up to the final few corners now, can EJ in the Lamborghini get that Porsche? I don't think he can. He looks too far back for a final lunge. EJ is trying as hard as he can. Ollie's just got to hold on for a few more corners. EJ looks, closes in really close. This could be very close up to the line. The Lamborghini is just trying everything it can to get near him, but it doesn't look like he's got enough pace to do it. As they come up to the finish line now, Ollie is going to take that final podium spot. An incredible job that we've missed. That's such a shame. But well done to Ollie, who has taken that final podium spot. Well done. There we go. Oh, we've got a fight at the back as well for the final spot at 10th place. No, it's not. It's the 12th place position. But nonetheless, they're still fighting like mad for it. Crazy and Jack. As Bruno tries to go past Jack. Crazy is fighting with what looks to be his other teammate, Multitool, who has finished quite well. So Ellis is trying to fight with Ferrari. Ferrari has taken him, which is a shame for him, obviously. As we come up to the final line, as we come up to the corners for the final time here, we have a small pack at the back there, coming through to the first of the stadium sectors, the end of sector 2. Can Bruno get the Ferrari right at the end? He's going to have a very nice run off the corners, but it doesn't look like it. There we go, everybody has finished their race. So congratulations to Nero, Hernandez and Ollie, who have fought incredibly well to get their podiums, and such a close race in the end between them for the final podium spot. So we have Nero, Hernandez, Ollie, EJ, Eric, Ray, Zeph, Multitool, Gandhi, Skyzer, Lolly, Jack, Bruno Ellis, Crazy SKB, Fatal, Rocky, King, Red Devil and Heck, who got disqualified off the start. Such a shame for Heck, as he normally does so well in these races during the long stages. So that is unfortunate for him, but there we go. So 20 drivers appeared, 18 drivers finished. We'll save that replay for further investigation into the first lap incidents. But congratulations to the front three, who have done incredibly well. And I believe that will round out the stream for today, guys. I will check what the next race is for everybody, just so that we can just so we can have a look and see where we are next week, if it is next week, that is. Incredible racing by everybody. So season 2, the next race is the Nürburgring combined, so the third German race on the calendar. So we're staying in Germany for the third race, which will be next week at the Nürburgring combined, which will be an incredible race and such a battle between the front drivers, as the cars will be very vastly different, and maybe the McLaren will finally be toppled. We don't know yet, but it'll be all to play for as we go into the third race of the season. But Nero, for certain, has a 20-point advantage now. So congratulations to him, and this is where we'll end off the stream, guys.